What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly Sports History for November 14th, 2023. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. It's Tuesday, time for a little motivation / positivity. And today, I've told you I was reading or listening to Alex Toussaint's book, Activate Your Greatness. One, I highly recommend it. I finished it. It was very, I listened to it on walks / runs. It was very a good listen. But today, one of the things he talked about that I've been trying to sort of implement into my life that I thought was very interesting and very intriguing was he talks about just how he starts his day and kind of gratitude and things like that. But one thing he mentioned was going with his starting five for the day. And obviously, it's a sports analogy. This is a sports podcast, so it totally fits in. But his starting five, and really, like a basketball coach, you have to get and do your starting five based on players' health, players' availability, the matchups you have that day. And he kind of goes through life like those are the five things he really focuses on for the day. And obviously each day it's going to be different depending on the opponent. So Monday might look different than Tuesday, etc. And ultimately, it could be your physical, mental well-being, your family, your kids, your work, your friends, your inner peace, and just other chores, other things you have to go through life. Prioritize those starting fives, or starting five. And each day is a new opponent, so you need to game plan with your starting five. And those five things are really what you focus on. It helps you be more productive and helps eliminate some of the distractions and kind of allows you to focus on what is at hand. So to give you a little example, like today, for me, my starting five is working out and eating right. I'm trying to get healthier. I've really been pushing myself, let myself go, to be honest. So really trying to prioritize that. So I got up this morning, 4 a.m., made sure I went for my run, making sure I'm counting my calories, eating right. I packed my lunch, even though I work from home, just so I can have it and eliminate snacking and things like that. So that's a priority. Obviously, I have to work. Work is a big priority today because I have an teacher observation. I have to finish up an observation report from last week. So I really need to focus on that because tomorrow I have a lot of time blocked off already to start doing some planning and things for next year. And that's important. So I have to make sure I'm focused during work to get those observation things done. Obviously, the kids are always a priority. They're going to be getting up here in about 20 minutes. Getting them ready for school, and I got to get them off the bus, making sure I have time to make dinner, spending some quality time with my wife. So they're my starting five. And then keeping a positive attitude, staying with the positivity. Life can get tough sometimes, and it's along with my physical well-being, working out and eating better. I've been trying to just kind of keep a positive outlook on things, and obviously reading Alex's book helped. And then it's the middle of the month and it's a Tuesday. So it's like a double whammy for me for podcast stuff. So podcast prep, I guess I should say, is in the starting five. I got to get ready for Thursday's Back to the Future, as well as it's the middle of the month. So I'm already starting to think about and planning for December and what sort of the special thing's going to be. Like I have some things already. So that's like my starting five. Obviously, I might have to make a substitution today. If, God forbid, the kids get sick and I have to go pick them up from school, or something crazy happens at work and I have to pivot and adjust on the fly. But going in with that mindset today now, on Tuesday, focusing on my physical well-being, my mental well-being, getting to get stuff together for the podcast, the stuff I have to do at work, and then taking care of my family, it helps me kind of prioritize what happens. Obviously, think I might have to sub depending on what goes on. But it's just something, like I said, an interesting way to kind of look at your life and be productive, as well as kind of keep you focused and keep you from getting overwhelmed. Because a lot of times, if you don't necessarily have a plan, I mean, we can use another sports analogy. If you don't have a good game plan, it all goes to shit. So going into your day with a game plan, and I mean, it's tough. Like it took me time last night. I was like, all right, what do I have going on and everything? But at 4 o'clock this morning when my alarm got off and it was cold and I didn't want to get out of bed, it helped motivate me to get out of bed, to go on that run. And now here we are and everything. So that's today's sort of motivation / positivity is what is your starting five? And getting that together each day and being able to sort of prepare and have, like, you might have a big meeting at work or a client. It's going to change each day, because each day, if you look at it like it's a new opponent, you need to game plan how you're going to get through that day and maximize your productivity and honestly save your mental well-being without sacrificing what you need to do. So if you can take that, great. I do, like I said, highly recommend Alex's book, Activate Your Greatness. Not even a paid promo or sponsorship, just a very good book to read. So that is Tuesday's motivation/positivity. Recapping our question of the day yesterday. I said, looking at where the Eagles' next 4 games are versus the Cowboys, are the Cowboys somebody we need to worry about all of a sudden in the NFC East with that 2.5 game lead we have now? And everybody was pretty split. It was about like 55-45. No, we don't need to versus yes, we do. And I think those that were in the yes, we do were focused on these next 4 games for the Eagles and the Cowboys. Those that said no, we don't kind of looked at the bigger picture and said the Cowboys also have their own gauntlet coming up to finish the season. So I don't necessarily think we should be stressed about it. Like I keep saying, I mean, look at the Bills last night. The Bills are a hot mess, and that was one of the tough games on our schedule. But those teams still have to play us. So like Monday night, the Chiefs have to play the Eagles. And I think just shifting your mindset on that. San Francisco has to come to Philly. Yes, the Cowboys play us at home, but they have to play us. The Seahawks have to play the Eagles. So I think we're in a good spot. I mean, I'm not saying let's completely blow off the Cowboys, because obviously we need to keep an eye on them. But I think it's okay to breathe and just focus on the Chiefs right now. I mentioned prepping for Back to the Future. Be sure to check out last week's episode where we recap the 2023 Hall of Fame, Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Kind of just talked about the night and whatnot. The link for the video of everyone's induction speech is in the description of this podcast. So be sure to check that out. Big upset I guess that's a pretty big upset. Penn beat Villanova last night down at the Palestra, number 21 Villanova. So good Big 5 win for Penn. And then Temple actually plays Drexel tonight. I don't think any of this, or I guess it is. This is all part of the Big 5 tournament that sets it up for December 2nd now, where it'll be... I guess there's a game for first and second place, third and fourth, fifth and sixth in the city. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I know a lot of old school guys are really into the Big 5, but I think the way the college landscape is now, the Big 5 is essentially dead. But this is a pretty cool thing they're doing, so we'll go with it. Phillies rumors. Obviously, the big one was Aaron Nola, or the Braves are looking at signing Nola. And, I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't think we should give Aaron Nola anything over 4, maybe 5 years. And even 5 years, I think, is a little iffy. And if somebody's going to give him 6-7 years, and it's the Braves, I think up front it might help the Braves. But I think long term, that might be a good thing for the Phils. I don't know. Baseball, it's very hard, and we saw that with the 2008 team to get out of contracts and things like that. So we'll see. But that leads us to today's question of the day. How do you feel about Aaron Nola going to the Braves next year? Does it move the needle at all? Are you upset? Are you just like good riddance? I know there's not really a lot of middle ground with Aaron Nola. It's either you're pro Nola or anti Nola. So what do you think? That's the question of the day. Aaron Nola to the Braves. Do we care? Would he become the most hated Philly ever? I saw somebody ask that on Twitter. I don't know about that. Most hated ex-Philly, I should say. I don't know about that, but let me know what you think. Aaron Nola to the Braves. Thoughts, concerns? Let me know. Hit me up on social media, Jimbo_Mont on Twitter and YouTube, as well as TikTok, and then Philly Jimbo on Instagram. Hit me up on Facebook, send me a text message, whatever. Let me know what your thoughts are on Aaron Nola possibly going to the Braves as today's question of the day. All right, Eagles opened up now as a 2.5-point underdog for Monday night's game. Still not a lot going on with the injury news. As they start practice today, I'm sure we'll start getting more and more into that. However, I'm really looking forward to this game and starting to see the board and where I'm going to lean for our pick on Monday night. But we're in the stretch run. We're in that gauntlet that we were so worried about, and I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Monday night cannot get here soon enough. You know what also can't get here soon enough? My Mega John hoodie. Got delayed. It should be here today. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't go to Philly Goat and check them out. Get your Mega John. They have the Kelsey, our center is sexier than yours shirt that they just came out with. Obviously in honor of Tyrese Maxey scoring 50. They came out with a Tyrese Maxey shirt. It says Maximus, and it says, "Are you not entertained?" These guys are great. Go to phillygoat.com. Check out their wide selection of Philly sports-based apparel. Actually, Philly-centric. It's not just sports-based. So check them out. Use the promo code Jim Montgomery. Great time to do some holiday shopping. I'm telling you, Jim Montgomery, 10% off. Get your friends, your family, get the whole family. Megan, everybody does Christmas pajamas. Do Mega John hoodies for your holiday picture this year. phillygoat.com. Use the promo code Jim Montgomery, 10% off of your order. All right, speaking of Tyrese, he might be going alone tonight. Phillies are in action against the Pacers down at the Wells Fargo Center. It is their second in-season NBA tournament game. Joe is questionable with, excuse me, I believe it was a sore hip. And I think what we're going to do is really see how important this tournament is to the Sixers and the team. Because I think if it really is important, they'll play Joe. If they just are like, whatever, it's just another regular season game, you'll see Joe sit out. Batum is also out. But again, this is going to show how they feel. I still think they can beat the Pacers without Joe. Obviously, it's much better if he's in, but anxious to see them play. What can Maxey do for an encore? And again, we're just seeing him step up into a superstar role. All right, today we're going to go back to 1999. And on this day in 1999, the Eagles beat Washington 35-28 at the Vet. The Eagles' defense and special teams had a fantasy manager's dream, sacking Brad Johnson 4 times, intercepting him 3 times, recovering 3 fumbles, and Allen Rossum also returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Deuce Staley had 122 yards and a touchdown in that game. Norm Johnson kicked 4 field goals. But the big story was it was the first NFL start for one Donovan McNabb. It wasn't spectacular, but he did get the win. He only went 8 for 21 for 60 yards, was sacked 3 times, ran the ball 9 times for 40 yards, including a 27-yarder. He did run for and pass for a 2-point conversion, but the future was bright. The sky was the limit. I remember just being so hyped that they finally turned it over to Donovan from Doug Peterson, and we all know how it all turned out. We didn't win anything with Donovan, and ironically, it all came full circle, and we won the Super Bowl with Doug Peterson as our coach. But on this day, back in 1999, the Eagles beat Washington 35-28 behind a strong defensive and special team performance. Deuce Staley was his normal Deuce self back then, and Donovan made his first career start. Again, nothing spectacular, but you could tell that he was going to be something special. Turned out to be the greatest quarterback in Eagles history for now. I still think at some point we're going to see Jalen overtake him, but for now, it's all about Donovan making his first career start on this day back in 1999. Remember, number 5 will always love you. You know what else will always love you? Car can. And I'm sorry, that was the worst one yet. I'm really trying. Sometimes I need to work on these transitions, but that was bad. I apologize. That was horrible. But car can is not horrible. You should definitely check out this company. My car can should be coming soon this week as well. My kids, like, they're just slobs. Like, kids are just dirty, sloppy human beings. They just leave their stuff everywhere. At least if they have car can, it's right in front of them. Drop your trash in, tie up the bag, boom. Also can be used as storage, can be used as a cooler. They have other things too to help keep your car organized. Once I ordered, I keep getting things every day about, hey, check out our trunk organization, check out our cup holders, check out this, and all of the stuff. I'm just like, wow, this is great. Go check them out. This is a great holiday gift for somebody at your office. Could make a good stocking stuffer. They're $9.99 right now. Use the promo code Jim Montgomery 20 off for 20% off of that. The more you order, the cheaper shipping is. They'll give you free shipping if you order over 5. If you order in bulk, they give you a discount. Like, you can't beat it. Go to carcan.com. Use that promo code Jim Montgomery 20 off, all one word, for 20% off of your order. Again, order now so you get them in time for Christmas. But what a great idea. Like, I cannot wait to finally have lollipop sticks and gummy bear wrappers and fruit snack wrappers and granola bar wrappers in the trash instead of on the floor of my truck. Maybe, just maybe, I can actually have somebody ride back there other than the kids without fear of getting gunk all over your pants. But go to carcan.com, use the promo code Jim Montgomery 20 off, all one word, for 20% off of your order. All right, continuing with our Phillies' most disappointing athletes for the month of November, we're going to stick with the Eagles and go with Stacy Andrews. Stacy Andrews signed a 6-year, $39 million contract in 2009. He was supposed to help bolster the line with his brother Sean. John Runyon was getting older, had microfracture surgery, and they weren't going to bring him back. So Andrews was supposed to help set up and shift the line and just basically anchor everything there for years to come. I think I read an article when I was doing the research for this yesterday that they were supposed to build a wall to protect Donovan McNabb with both of the Andrews being there. Well, unfortunately, it just did not work out. 10 games as a starter in 2009. He was coming off an ACL tear, which he didn't blame when he was in Cincinnati, but you could tell he wasn't quite the same. He moved from guard to tackle, which wasn't his natural position. And then on top of it all, Sean was actually released, so they didn't really get to play together all that much. And like we all know, the issues that Sean Andrews had. Not even going to make fun of it because some of it was mentally. But Stacy, I don't even know if there was a Shane Andrews, but Stacy Andrews just did not really pan out for the Eagles. A combination of the injury, combination of the position switch. I think, too, not having his brother there, probably part of why he came in was to play with his brother. But either way, he ended up being traded right before the start of the 2010 season. Only played 1 year of that contract. And then also they were supposed to build a wall to protect Donovan. Donovan was gone in 2010 as well. So Stacy Andrews, disappointing. I mean, it's hard to say an offensive lineman is disappointing, but the Eagles have had quite a few of those disappointing linemen in their history, recent history, no less. But Stacy Andrews coming in with the big contract and just only played 10 games and just never lived up to the hype, never built that wall, and Donovan was also gone. So both Andrews brothers and Donovan were gone within 1 year of the Eagles signing Stacy Andrews. Again, just one in a long line of some of those disappointing linemen that the Eagles drafted / signed in free agency. But what are you going to do? On this day in 1990, the Eagles beat Washington 35-28 in Donovan McNabb's first ever career start. Sixers in action tonight against the Pacers in the NBA in-season tournament. Nola to the Braves. What are we thinking? Do we care? I'm really anxious to see what people's take is on this because I saw a lot of folks on Twitter being just like, whatever. But let me know. Question of the day, How do you feel about Nola potentially going to the Braves? Big Temple, Big 5 game tonight against Drexel. Be sure to do some holiday shopping at CarCan and PhillyGoat.com. Use those promo codes. But it is Eagles-Chiefs week. More on that as the week goes. Remember to kind of prioritize your day each morning with your starting 5. And that way it'll help keep you focused as you go. Go have yourselves a Tuesday. It's going to be another chilly one here in the area. This has been This Day in Philly Sports History. I'm Jim Montgomery. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you.